Welcome back to another episode of OneMicNite. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, Marcos Luis, and I'm so happy to have all of you and supporting me and joining me for today for another incredible conversation. Your support, your enthusiasm is truly special to me. First and foremost, I want to say deep gratitude for all of you, for the loyalty, for the thriving community that you've created, the curious minds, the knowledge, the inspiration, the thought-provoking conversation we have, all the incredible guests that we have, and the journey that we've taken together. Today I've got another episode. It's sort of a catch-up episode. There's no special guest. There's no one mic night talk, as we say, but I also want to just go into what I've been doing this week and let you know some of the things that are happening in the artist community and how you can be a part of it and how you can spread the word to help other artists along the way. Your contributions, they fuel my passion. They help me to bring the best content and best information and best guests to you. So I want to thank you for that. And thank you for the deep conversations and the live chats we have on, the weekdays every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It really inspires me and keeps me going. In light of your feedback, I'm excited to announce that we're going to be introducing a brand new segment. It's called Listener Spotlights. So in this segment, I'm going to be selecting messages and questions and ideas from you to feature and discuss on the show. It's my way of recognizing all the essential role that you've done to help shape this podcast and shape the direction that I'm going. So as we continue to grow together, I'm always open for suggestions, of course, for future topics and guest recommendations. So if you know any guests that would like to come on One Mic Night Talk or One Mic Night Podcast to talk about some issues, please throw them my way. Remember that this podcast, it thrives on the engagement. It thrives on listening to you and providing you with conversation that's valuable to your life. So I want to ensure that I bring you every closer to the information and insights that I can and the things that you are looking for. So once again, thank you for being kind of the backbone of this whole experience. And I'm so honored to have such a passionate, dedicated group of people that listen to me every week, that show up for the live chats, that share the episodes, that like the episodes, that leave comments, leave reviews. Some of you are listening on audio. Some of you watch the podcast on video. And some of you just recommend it to each other. A lot of people that I meet as I'm walking around. And it grows organically. So I'm really appreciative and thankful for that. I want to jump into today's episode. And just to let you know, it's an update episode on what I've been doing for the last week and how you can get involved, like I said, to an artist community. And once again, thank you. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of One Mic Night Podcast. You know who I am. I'm Marcos Luis, and I just wanted to catch you up to date. This is not a full regular episode, but it's been a busy week on my end. And I just wanted to catch you up to date on what I've been doing. I've been hosting and moderating the incredible Harlem International Film Festival, which happens every year around this time, featuring some of the best independent films that you can think of, from New York to Hong Kong, all over the world. A lot of them themed with Black culture, African American culture, or people that are based in Harlem doing things for the community. This year, I've had a chance to host and moderate some incredible films, and there are a lot of good films slated to come up this upcoming week, starting on Thursday. So I just wanted to kind of go over some of the things and some of the films that have happened so far. It's definitely not a review. I'm just here to let you know what you can go see this week coming up. So this past Saturday, the 20th of May, there was a block of short films. One was called Uptown Oasis, which was a very, very good documentary featuring Abdi Abjabal, who came to the United States from Ethiopia in about 2012. And he decided to open a healthy juice shop in Harlem. He realized his dream with only $5 in his pocket. So 10 years later, he's still going strong. The film was directed and edited by Ian Phillips. And I had a chance to meet him, talk to him, and actually taste his juices. So if you're ever up in Harlem, please make sure you go by his shop to taste some of his fresh homemade juice. Another short film in that block was called Harlem is Nowhere, which was really, really thoughtful and insightful. Akil Gibbons was the director of that film, and it talks about and raises questions about the idea of Juneteenth in Harlem. During the time of the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement and protests, and it has some beautiful, beautiful footage and great cinematography for you to take a look at when you see that film. The third film in that block was called Marjorie Elliott's Parlor Entertainment Harlem. So what that was, it was directed by John Decker. And for 3 decades, Marjorie Elliott is a pianist and playwright, poet and composer. She turns her sadness into tragic with losses of her children into a joyful, entertaining, and soulful weekly performance of love in Harlem in her apartment. Now, the funny thing about that is I remember seeing a little short excerpt on a news block, about Marjorie Elliott about a month ago. And then along comes this film, and she's doing something really, really incredible and, keeping the music of jazz alive, with 30 years in her actual apartment. So people line up outside of her apartment waiting to hear these different performances that go on in the rooms of her house. Let's see. Later on that day, there was another incredible documentary. It's called The Blind Eye Artist. It was a documentary directed by Ashwin Chowdhury and Jonathan Korn, who I had a Q&A with afterwards, and we talked pretty extensively about the film. But it's the story of the painter Justin Wallington, who's blind in his left eye, and his incredible, incredible works, visual works. He did some poetry. There was some music involved, and he's very, very insightful, very intelligent artist. And the Q&A, he really, really, we really got into some deep discussions about life and viewing life and the film. So I definitely recommend you to see that. Let's see. Coming up, excuse me. Coming up on Sunday, May 21st, I'm sorry. I also had a chance to moderate a film called Life and Life, which was by director N.C. Hyken. It talks about the journey that musician Reggie Austin takes to redeem his conviction after 40 years, and his love for playing music and the hope that music keeps alive for so many people, especially while you're incarcerated. And it documents his life, a pretty important segment of his life, and we get to meet some of the inmates that are in the prison system. And it really raises a lot of questions about redemption, restitution, the prison system in general. Why, it touches on, or it makes you think about how people of color may be held incarcerated longer than other people. We got into some really deep discussions on that as well. And I definitely recommend you checking this film out. This film you can find on, make sure you go to the Harlem website and find out the information, because the film is going to be available. It's called Life and Life. It'll be available. I think she said she got NC Hiking got distribution, so you'll be able to see it on your favorite streaming platform very soon on Apple and Roku and things like that. The next movie that I got the honor to hold a Q&A with was called The Sacred Place Between Earth and Space, and it was a world premiere as well. It was a documentary that captured the mid-pandemic culmination of Harlem Stage, their Afrofuturism series featuring the incredible Craig Harris's Nocturnal Nubian Ball for conscientious ballers and cultural shot callers. That's a mouthful. And it's Afrofuturism in its rawest form. I don't think you've ever seen anything like it. This film, which was brought to you by the incredible Harlem Stage film, if you don't know that, it's a huge venue in Harlem that allows the opportunity for artists, as the director of the Harlem Stage, Patricia Cruz, says, to become visionaries. They support artists becoming visionaries in their work and bringing forth the best of themselves to showcase. You know, they actually provide the space and everything you need, the tools you need to bring together the best performance you can bring, and they help you cultivate, you know, your art. So definitely check out Harlem Stage itself and this film. Hopefully we can shop it around, and that will be available on the virtual festival if we have it. As I said, I'll keep you updated on that as well. The last film that I had a chance to Q&A this week was called The Bronx Banda, with Arturo Farel and the Bronx, which was also a world premiere. It was a documentary that took place as COVID-19 pandemic hit the Bronx, which of course is probably the poorest economic congressional district in New York. And the 6-time Grammy award-winning artist Arturo Farel put together this incredible group of people, musicians, singers, rappers, instrumentalists, and he composed music based on all genres of music and brought it to the people. He brought he brought an orchestra, the Philharmonic Orchestra, to the Bronx to play, you know, and his idea was not so much to bring the people to the music, because in his eyes, the people, you know, you can't afford to pay what they ask for. So he brought the music to the people, which is incredible. And I had a chance to talk to the director, Tony Krause, afterwards in a Q&A, along with the music scorer, the oral historian, and one of the incredible people who was in the film. And she is a legend and icon in the jazz community and in music. Her name is Bertha Hope Booker, and definitely enlightened me in so many different ways. This film is incredible, and this was his world premiere and the director's first attempt at making a film. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the ballpark. The music was incredible. My head was nodding the whole time, and I'm sure you would too. So coming up this week, we have movies and films Saturday all the way up through Friday. I'm sorry, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Lots and lots on the agenda. So I hope you'll get a chance to stop by the Harlem International Film Festival, which is happening at the AMC Magic Johnson Theater at 125th Street. Iconic theater in the heart of New York City. Come out, support these films. Come out, support these filmmakers. It's the artist community. I'll be there. You'll get a chance to talk, hop on the red carpet, take some photos, and join the artist community that the Harlem International Film Festival creates every year. Once again, we're in the 18th season of the Harlem International Film Festival, and it is an explosion of culture and art. You can find out more about the Harlem International Film Festival at harlemfilmfestival.org. Follow me at Marcos Luis. If you have more questions, inbox me or find Harlem International Film Festival on social media. Check out the schedule. Come on down, support the film, support the artists, support the actors, support the directors. You already know what it is. I'm Marcos Luis. Thank you for joining me for this up-to-the-date episode, up-to-the-minute episode on what I'm doing. And I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye-bye.